An astronaut removed from a future space mission. Jeanette Epps would have had an historic role in that mission, becoming the first African American to live on the International Space Station.
The astronaut scheduled to be the first African American on the far left here to live on the International Space Station has been bumped from her flight. Jeanette Epps, an engineer, was supposed to board a rocket in early June, but late Thursday, NASA announced they were pulling Epps from the mission. They did not disclose why, but astronauts have been removed from the missions in the past, mostly for health reasons. She's been replaced by her backup, Serena Auñón-Chancellor. Epps is returning to Houston from Russia, where she's been training for the June flight, seen in this picture here. To be clear, African-American astronauts have visited the space station, but Epps would have been the first to live there. Crews typically stay for 5 to 6 months. NASA says Epps will be considered for future space missions.
NASA would say very little about this, saying it was a personnel matter, but some say there could be many reasons an astronaut is replaced.
It was about 1980. I was 9 years old.
In this NASA biography, astronaut Jeanette Epps described how her brother told her and her sister that they had great career possibilities.
He said, you know, you guys can probably become aerospace engineers or even astronauts. And this was at the time that Sally Ride and a group of women were selected to become astronauts.
Dr. Epps was on her way to making history this year as the first African-American crew member on the International Space Station. It would have been her first space flight. Now NASA says she has been replaced on that mission. The space agency has not said why. A spokesperson said, quote, "A number of factors are considered when making flight assignments. These decisions are personnel matters for which NASA doesn't provide information." Epps has returned to the active astronaut corps at JSC to assume duties in the Astronaut Office. She will be considered for assignment to future missions.
Oh, I think there's a lot of reasons.
Dr. Carolyn Sumners is the Vice President of Astronomy at the Houston Museum of Natural Science. She has helped train astronauts for flight. She says the reassignment on a long-term mission could be for one of many reasons.
They have to believe your health is stable for that amount of time. They have to believe that your family is stable for that amount of time, and that there's nothing that would mean you just had to come home, because you won't be able to.
She said looking at the health not only of the astronaut but the entire family is something we'll have to consider when we look at missions to Mars that could last years. At the Johnson Space Center, Ryan Korsgaard, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
All right, you can learn more about Dr. Epps and her career, her life on our website. That is at click2houston.com.
I saw the check, nigga. Huh?